1-1. Fight. You. Ew. As much as I might like making land drops in my control decks, we're gonna ship this. This one looks decent. Got a lot of lands at ETB tapped. Do we want to keep this 6? I feel like we're not supposed to keep that. I mean, this is what I want to do on turn 6 for sure, but turn 6 is a long ways off. So we're going to bottom that. I guess we're going to jam the Fumarole. If we had a Spire Bluff Canal, maybe it's possible that we played Needle Spires, but I don't think so. I think here it's probably Port Town because we're going to want a Vantage next turn. So even though Port Town can ETB untapped later, potentially, I think that we're going to want to have Scatter mana open if we draw that. Especially if our opponent's green-black and plays a Liliana, which is very difficult to deal with because none of our burn goes upstairs. And I don't think we have to keep Lightning open this turn because we can just Bombardment whatever our opponent plays. So yeah, now we're in the spot where all of our lands ETB tapped, which is not ideal. It's really not, I assure you. In case you were curious. Since we're probably going to Needle Spires next turn, I think we just get the other blue source down. Yeah, grapple happens. Opponent's going to pick up a land. Not add too much to their Delirium count. Obviously, it would be great if they just bricked on grapple, but what are you going to do? Just jam Liliana right into my counter magic. No fear. They know I can't do anything. Alright. I was a little skeptical of the 8 fast lands, and they are brutal. They are punishing me. Yeah. Just can't even go after that Liliana. Oh, this is ugly. Opponent is cracking wilds before they vessel, so they probably have enough mana. I don't think there's anything we can necessarily do with that information, but it's kind of nice to know. But then they just picked a swamp instead of a Kalitas, I guess? So that's sort of weird. Well, this kind of works out okay for us. So we can do some kind of tricky stuff here. Like, we could just Bombardment the tracker, see if it dies. But we are light on actual spells, so I think it's better to actually just Lightning and see if they want to crack their clue to pump this. Yeah. So that does not bode well for us. Because now I assume that if we fire up a creature land, it's just going to get killed. But we have nothing else to do, really, and we have a plethora of creature lands, so here we go. Yeah. Not too surprising. Spider? I can't beat that. Oh, God. I'm just Dobbs. Dead to Lily. Okie doke. What can we do? I like the idea of Quellers and Dismissals. Liliana's kind of nice because they play to the board. Glare's probably decent. Flames cleans up Spider a little bit, but I don't think we can afford to do that. So what do most Delirium decks look like? They have... generally only have one tracker. They have 4 Flayers, bunch of Kalitases. So not a ton of early game creatures, so I think we can afford to cut some removal spells. It seemed like my opponent was willing to wait on the tracker until they could make it 3 toughness. So that probably means that Bombardment is going to not be great. So Bombardment is probably the card that we cut. That brings us to 61. I like some amount of negates. It's probably just going to be 3. And then do we actually want 4 Spell Quellers? I think we do. Maybe I'm supposed to cut a negate. That seems legit. This might leave me a little weak to Liliana, but we have Spell Queller and we're on the play, so maybe that helps. Alright, we'll try playing first. Said I was weak against Delirium, lo and behold. Alright, well, we only have Hub for red. Most of our mana makes red, so that's probably not an issue. So then it just becomes like we have a 2-lander with only a lightning for 2 mana cards, and we have a Queller for 3 and then a bunch of 4s. Like, this is borderline, but I am going to keep. It's like even more tilting too, because if I just draw like a creature land for my 3rd land, it's just going to end so poorly. We are 0 for 2 on Port Towns being able to ETB untapped, but obviously this one doesn't matter all that much. Alright, Vantage helps. Play that because we could draw another fast land on 3, and we might want to Lightning this turn. Look at there! Lightning target. You dead. Alright, so we're kind of doing it. Even if we miss our land drop or have an ETB tap land, we still have 2 Spell Quellers, so that's great. And I'm just going to snap this one off. Snap it off. Alright, no land. Glare, which probably isn't going to be live for quite some time. So our opponent's not going to have a board thanks to this Spell Queller. Ruinous Path, get out of here. This is, there's like a weird bug on my wall. I'm going to have to kill that thing. Oh god. Oh god. I'll use this Kaladesh Pro Tour badge. Alright, I killed it, but now my badge is dirty. I'm going to throw that on the floor. Okay, missed a land drop again. Drew another 4-drop. Quellering a Ruinous Path is obviously very dangerous, because if he kills this, then he gets to kill this too. So, yeah, drawing another 4-drop's not great either. We'll see what happens. It is really, really bad that I can't do anything with my mana this turn. Having a negate would be beautiful. I think I should probably have the 3rd negate just to protect Spell Queller. Yeah, pick the brain. Go nuts. I got nothing. I care about none of these cards. And I love that you're skipping your turn when I'm beating you down with 2 power flyers. Although this could just be a thing where, you know, they have 1 removal spell left. They definitely need to kill my Spell Quellers. So they want to clear the way with the pick first. So it makes sense for them to take the Dismissal, because that's the only card that I could theoretically cast next turn that would stop that. So Pilgrim's Eye is not bad, but if they're using this to get a Swamp and grasp my Queller, then it is very bad. Okay, just transgressing me? That's completely fine too. So maybe they just don't have any removal spells. I don't know. Sorcery creature. So if they chump block, this doesn't turn on Delirium and enable Ishkana or anything. So I think it's pretty safe to attack. They do chump, which I am very happy about. Just get that off the battlefield. And then we get to drop Nahiri. I think we can just pitch this Glare because we're kind of on the offensive here. Needle Spires is a nice pickup for sure. And we're ahead, but it doesn't take much for it just to all come crashing down. So yeah, Obnixilis into Ruinous Path. Maybe get Grimflayer back? Or do they want to kill Nahiri? I'm not sure. With me having another Nahiri and them knowing about it, it seems like they should just go after the Spell Queller and get their little beater. Which they do. Now I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to accomplish here. I mean, I definitely want to ult Nahiri next turn if possible. But I'm not sure what I want to discard, because if Nahiri dies somehow, I'm going to want the other Nahiri. If I draw a spell, I'm going to want the tower. Tower can pressure Obnixilis. I have 2 energy already. So I think I'm just going to play the tower. No, I can't play the tower because I need Needle Spires to block Flare Tramples. God, this is bad. This is very bad. Trample. The bane of my existence. Alright, we're pitching the Vantage. This is really greedy. Okay. So since we can't block... I mean, I guess what we could do is actually send the Spires at Ob Nixilis, and then either they trade or we kill the Ob. But I think I need to just establish... I need to establish the Tower of Power here. I'm anticipating main in case I hit a creature land off this. Or, you know, Spire Bluff Canal, whatever it is. In this spot, I think I'm just better off taking Anticipate so I can Lightning Bolt some stuff. Just lock that up next turn. That's it. We done. Do your worst. Yeah, I should definitely have the third negate, maybe even the fourth. I don't know. So now I can -2 the Nahiri to pick off the Flare, if I so choose. Could Dynavolt Tower the Ob Nixilis as long as they don't pick my Anticipate. Oh, and they Spider and I'm dead because I don't have Fumigate. Not dead, but I'm fairly dead, you know. I could take the Glimmer, but doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. So I can't do anything with it this turn. Taking Hub seems kind of rancid, but what are you gonna do, you know? And yeah. Oh, maybe my plan should actually just be like Tower of Power out my opponent, right? Because they're at 7. And if that's the case, maybe I should have taken the Glimmer. Because I could always cash this Anticipate in for another land. So yeah, I should be going to my opponent's Dome. Spider is a pretty quick clock. But I do have to bolt them 3 times. But this just means that they can't even activate Ob Nixilis this turn. So yeah, there's no reason to go after it. Oh no. The Bender. So I want a big spell here so they can't nab 2 cards. Not that it really matters all that much. So if I take Gearhulk, they're definitely going to take that. So maybe I'm supposed to take Glimmer and try and trick them. Because I definitely would prefer Glimmer over Nahiri. We might be able to win this race. My opponent does not fall for it, which is not surprising. Ugh. More beaters. I can't beat beaters. I think my hope is that I get to Nahiri into like a Delirium with Traverse. What do I get? Emrakul with 4 card types? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11? They're 2 off. Like, that's not even that threatening. So yeah, I wonder if I play Nahiri, if I can, like, you know, trick them into attacking this. I highly doubt it, but my opponent seems like they know what is up. Tilt. Could have used that this turn. That would have been phenomenal. Yeah, another upside to taking Glimmer is that it deposits it in the graveyard for future Gearhulks. So yeah, now I can't even tower this turn, and my opponent could, like, I don't know. They get an extra turn, for sure. So this is brutal. Brutality. We needed third negate, lesson learned. Yeah, the fact that negate stops Traverse, too, is probably pretty relevant. I'm so gun-shy about potentially having dead cards now. After that Grand Prix experience. Yeah, just ignoring Nahiri. That's smart. Oh, they did hit Nahiri. Okay. I mean, I guess they still have lethal next turn, but like now with me having Gearhulk, they actually don't, right? 4/7? Yeah. Yeah, I would have just hit me. I mean, it's bad if I Fumigate, but if I Fumigate, they're probably just going to lose the tower anyway. Yeah, grapple's fine. Does put an instant in their yard, so if they take an untapped land, they can Emrakul me next turn. It's not great. Yeah, Pilgrim's Eye is better than an untapped land. Alright. Well, here's hoping this turn goes well. They do have Obnixilis to take out my Gearhulk, so that's not great. I do have to Gearhulk to... Or I have to use Hub to play Gearhulk. And then what? What am I doing with my life? I would like to tower them. That seems like it'd be great. I think I should just do Glimmer for 8. So I go to 3. Yeah, this is fine. I basically just want spells so that I can try and lock up a tower victory on my extra Emrakul turn. So I have to make sure to tower them. Think I probably messed this game up. Like, not sure if I could have won, but game would be different. Nugget! Do your worst. Well, lightning's pretty bad. Having hubs is pretty bad too. Like, they can basically spend... Oh, I'm at 3. Yeah, I'm just dead. Man. Yeah, maybe I should have realized that. Maybe I actually did need to kill something. Yeah, just tower me. Yeah, I just realized that it was not lethal, like technically lethal. I didn't realize the tower was going to hit me. Not that I really could have done much. I mean, I could have gotten lightning, shot down the flare, but then I'm at 8. They Emrakul me, and I don't know. Maybe all I had to do was kill the Pilgrim's Eye, right? And then maybe I could have actually towered them out. So let's see. Does the draw card function not work? Maybe I waited too long. I don't know. I died.